Good afternoon, students. Now, welcome to another series of dashboard visualization using Tableau. We have our esteemed faculty, Ms. C.A. Deepika. She's a BCom DISA qualified chartered accountant who have a technical skills on SAP ERP, SAP Business One, Power BI, Tableau, R language, Tally ERP, and various other Excel tools and the Office tools. She's handling various assignments on data analytics, exception reporting, process controls, application reviews, and has a vast experience on the teaching of all these courses from the last 8 to 10 years. Now I hand over the session. I welcome C.A. Deepika, madam, and now I hand over my session to Deepika's ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Wonderful to see all of you again in the second session of data visualization. So last week we had seen data visualization using Power BI. So today we are going to learn newer techniques using a tool called Tableau. So I will briefly give an introduction about how and what we are going to visualize. Little we'll revise on last week's slides, and then we'll go into how we can use Tableau for data visualization. So I'm sharing my screen now. Yes. Okay. So just to give a brief introduction, now we have large volume of data. So all the previous decades, the level of information we had and the level of data we had, we did not have huge variance. But now with digitization, technological advancements, we have huge volume of data. But the understanding or the value insights we derive from this data has become very less. I mean to say there is it's like the resources that we are using from the sea. Sea is so vast, but we are using it for fishing, water, like that few things only, right? So currently the scope is unlimited of what we can do with the available data. So one of the important thing that we are going to see is how to arrive value and insights from this data. So generally all facts are hidden in noise. Okay, data is so vast, you have so many columns. So recently we were auditing one client with a very big ERP. The report is having just 200 headers. That means 200 columns. So now how we are going to derive value from this data? That is how we are going to get information, insights, useful for our decision making from this 200 columnar data table. So we need to remove the noise from the data, which is required, which is not required, what adds value, what to be analyzed, how, which dimension we have to look at this data. So that is the first and the fundamental thing that we need to do. So that is setting our objective, what is needed, what is available, what is not required, and how we are going to remove what is not required. So this should be the first step that we need to take to do data analytics. So now we are going to see visual analytics, what we are going to do. First thing is understanding the cognitive perception. Okay, so our brain is tuned to attract things that are more distinct. Okay, it's like how you can find a black dot in a white screen. Okay, the more colors you use, the more parameters you fix, the more simpler you make the visualization or the reporting, you will be able to make better decisions out of it. So once you start eliminating the visual clutter, you will be able to start identifying what is the information that is there in the dashboard or the report. Okay, so we have to choose appropriate display. We have to have proper dashboard design. We have to enable the dashboard to have storytelling capabilities. That is how we are going to navigate from one report to another report, one chart to another chart, so that the stakeholders are able to make useful insights from the reports that we have built. So that is the overall requirement of visual analytics. So in Tableau, we'll be using what is called as a report builder. Okay, first to create charts. Next, we'll be designing dashboards where we'll be combining multiple charts into one canvas. After that, to explore the data visually, we'll be creating what is called as storyboards. Storyboards are going to be accumulation of multiple dashboards, which are going to help you navigate through different reports and present it in a more sequential form. Okay. So the first part is going to be creation of reports. Second is going to be creation of dashboards. Third is going to be creation of storyboards. Okay, so before that, today's class, we are going to go little more into data visualization techniques. That is, what is a good report? How you should draw chart, how you should choose chart. Okay, so in our last session, we had covered how analytics is done, what type of statistics are behind it, what are the parameters we need to consider before choosing a report. Okay, what type of objectives we need to have, what type of methodology we need to have. These were the brief overview of content which we had covered in our previous class, and we saw how to demonstrate that report in Power BI. So today we are going to see in visual analytics how you choose a chart. Okay, in what type of scenario, what type of visual should be used, and inside the visual, how you need to customize it, how you need to have labels, shapes, color tones, etc. And then we are going to see how this can be done in Tableau. Okay, so today's session also we are going to see very simple menus which we can use. Okay, and on the click, on the go, how we can do interactive dashboards in Tableau. Okay, so how humans like to read data. First, you need to concentrate on the position. That is more important information. You need to position in a place where you are tempted to see. Like, for example, do you know how ads are valued in newspaper? It's based on page positioning. That is, front page ad you give, there will be a different premium pricing. Okay, second page, bottom corner, there is a different pricing. Last page, top corner, there is different pricing, because these are all page positions which are going to gain your attraction. As soon as you open the headlines, first page, front half page is going to have the maximum premium, right? So as soon as you flip paper, you see one place. That place you are going to place a attractive ad, and then you will be able to attract more viewers, right? Next, the color tones you're going to use. Like always when you are talking about temperature, if you notice, we'll be using whenever we are mentioning cold tones, we'll be using blue. Okay, whenever now in Chennai we are having cyclones. I'm based out of Chennai. Okay, so all the climatic information, rainfall data will come in light blue or white. Okay, that is because they want to create colors which are relative. Okay, relative schematics, right? So this is for climatic data. But now let's say different data, like you are going to do something relating to movie ratings. Okay, so you will be using different color tones there. You want to have bright tones. Like always, if you see the movie rating feedback stars, no, they'll give 5 rating stars. It's yellow because it is bright. Where in any color tone your movie poster can be, still this yellow or gold will be very distinct, where you can go and choose the rating or see the rating before you make a decision whether you want to watch the movie or not. Or the second color they'll choose will be red. Red is also next bright color which will attract attention, right? So next, when you don't want to attract attention, right, you will be choosing use of color which are little more subtle, right? So like that, choosing your color, choosing your pigments also actually impact how your visual interpretation of your reports are going to create insights to the viewers. Okay, and next thing is differentiation of colors also. Like for example, in one place, if for showing Low temperature, you're using blue. For showing high temperature, you'll be using red, which is opposite. Okay. So that there is a distinction between two color schemes which you are trying to present, right? Next is the size factor. So there's a theory, big theory between what type of sizes, how you use, okay? Very widely known theory is relative size factor, okay? Large volume, less output, less volume, more output, how you're going to show, how you're going to place, okay? Next, the shapes you're going to use, top arrow, down arrow, line, star, arrows, then where you want to use circle, when you want to be neutral, when you want to show sharp edges, all this also really add value to your charts. So though these are all seemingly very aesthetic related, these are all important things you need to consider before building the dashboard. Okay, because you may think why we are talking about immaterial things like color, size, and all. Actually, these are all very material things which will add value and distinctly separate your dashboard from rest of normal default view dashboards. Okay, so aesthetics are also very important. And when we talk about visual data analytics or data visualization techniques, aesthetics in terms of position, color, size, and shape are the most important things that you need to consider. So first important is surely objective of your analytics, what type of data you have and what type of output you have. That is surely the primary requirement before you do any visualization. The second primary requirement is your aesthetics. Okay. Third only is the tool. So you can do in ClickView, you can do in Google Analytics Studio, Data Studio, you can do in Tableau, you can do in Power BI. Those are all tools. Okay. So the same thing will be available in Clicks also. Whatever I showed you in Power BI, similar things in different UI. UI means user interface. Okay. In different user interface, different menu, different names, it will be available in Tableau also. Same thing will be available in some other tool also. Okay. So very important thing is you need to understand technology. Okay. Then you have to understand how to use the technology. That is application of technology. Which industry, what type of data, what type of technology is to be applied. That is most important. The tool is secondary, right? So today we are going to see little more aesthetics and charts and how we are going to do before we go into the tool demonstration. Okay. So in terms of positioning, where it is emphasized, where it is de-emphasized. So last, if you're putting something, it means you are not going to attract much attention to it. It's like asterisks in the bottom of any poster. Okay. Big word, they'll put discount, right? 50% off. And then they'll put small asterisks below and they'll say on selected products only. And selected product will be in only one shelf of the entire store. So emphasized is what? De-emphasized is what? You are able to relate, right? So positioning is very important. Next is color scheme. So sequentially, when you want to show high, low, how you want to use divergent colors. Then two sequential colors. Categorical, you want to, let's say you are going to compare some product lines in your organization. So you will define color codes for the respective product line, and you'll be using that across different dashboards and storyboards you're using. So that contrast and that color theme is maintained across, and distinctly whenever they see that color, they know that they have to attach it to particular category of or vertical of my sales or particular product line. So categorically, color coding is also very important. Highlighting something, okay, alerting something. So if you want to plainly highlight, say blue theme is sufficient. If you want to highlight something and you want to say it's a high risk item, you want to warn, you want to show some threat, then you use red color. So like that, these are all some of the color schemes that are commonly used. These are all very, very relative. Okay, these are very relative. That is, you need not. So there are few things that are very commonly used, like high, medium, low. High risk is red, medium is let's say yellow, and low risk is green, something like that. These are all common. Cold is red, cold is blue, warm is red, very common. So there are some color schemes which are very common and generally used, but you can define your own color schemes also depending on the context of the work that we are doing. Okay. So next is I mentioned about size factor. So you want to show something which is having high volume. You use 3-dimensional charts. Okay. So maybe this will be one axis showing something. This will be one axis showing something. And the size of this bubble is going to show you the size factor. So these are all 3-dimensional charts which are possible by using data visualization and business analytic tools. Okay, where we are trying to position what requires attention. So these are all small things. Let's say here there is one small round. Okay, it means that it is so small that it is fine if we are not considering that into our decision making. Okay, so those are also very important things which we need to understand. Next example of shapes. You want to show something which is north facing. Generally, whenever you take a map, it is north will be on top and there'll be one small arrow to indicate it, right? So whenever you are having any charts, your axis is very important, which is going to give your positions. Then shapes, okay, neutral shapes or any assigned shapes when you want to show. Those things are also shown by shapes. So now we have other shapes also. It's not just a circle, square, diamond like that. We have for bank, we have a particular shape which we use. For currency, there is a shape we use. So these are all things that will highlight, okay, dollar, euro. Then there are shapes to show, it is a, like that gear icon. Gear icon, if you see, whenever there is a technology involved or any configuration involved, you use a gear icon. Whenever there's a social media involved, you use the icon or the logo of the social media itself. So all those things are actually shapes which you can include into your dashboard, which will actually help the user or the stakeholder of the report to quickly understand what you are trying to tell. Instead of writing in 4 lines and he reading it, or putting data table with rows and rows and columns of data and he trying to go and understand what the data is telling. When you use shapes, size, colors, it is going to actually help the reader to immediately assess what is presented. Okay, so line width also matters. Okay, thin connection, thick connection. So more than line width, this is very commonly used. Line type. Okay, continuous line represents automated flow. Broken lines represent broken flows, basically manually integrated system. Okay, dotted lines in maps represent walking route. So like that, different category of shapes can be used wherein you are enhancing the presentation of your charts. Okay, so we saw display. We can use text to a limited extent, like captioning or summarizing. Okay, and you are going to make your dashboard interactive. So this will be your overall objective of presentation of the report. Okay, so this is a small fact. Okay, where let's say we are consuming 100,000 words per day. Okay, how much do you think we are retaining? We may retain like 20,000 words. That's all we'll be able to retain. But let's say you are seeing something. How much you retain? 92% of the data which you are seeing, you are able to retain. So reading storybooks are different. Telling stories through images are different. Okay. But when you listen, the level of attention is much lesser than what you see. Okay. So whenever you are visually presented with data, there is 60% faster capability of processing speed for the brain, wherein it is able to consume that data, convert to information, and take decisions based on that information. So one is pictorial representation is going to help in retention of data and faster processing of data. So that is the main reason data science has taken huge um, boom in the last decade, right? Because it's a very useful technique wherein it is going to help all the people, not just the top management or the investors, but even the low end people. I mean to say the actual field officers who are going to work on sales. They'll be able to take more informed decisions when they know before they start what they need to do, how they need to do, and what they have to act on, what is their previous performance, what is their current performance. Even you take in your own organization, you're going to work on appraisals. Okay. It is better when you have the data and the dashboard is always there in your HR portal, what you have done, how much you have done, what is your time spent on a different assignments, what is your productivity, what is your cost to the company. When this dashboard is available and you are able to see on a regular basis, it is going to help you plan your deliverables in a much better way, wherein you will be more focused on your goals and more focused to achieve your goals, right? So dashboarding has played a very important role in all industries, irrespective of whether finance, accounting, retail, marketing, e-commerce, irrespective of the industry. This is one tools and technique, okay, which has actually adding value to the business. Okay. So whenever you're going to build any dashboard, what we need to plan is plan for clarity and simplicity. You have to have maximum impact, minimum noise. That is, you have to derive value or deliver value with minimal distractions, right? So unwanted charts should not be there. Unwanted data should not be there. Unwanted labels should not be there. You are having labels also, legends also. It's unnecessary. Why you want to waste that space? Okay, unnecessary filters need not be there. So whatever doesn't add value or doesn't serve a purpose, you need to remove it. Okay, that is very important. You have to keep it simple. Next is focus on creating a narrative. So that is, your chart itself should be narrative. It's not that you should have seen this pictorial representation in some magazines and all. They'll have 5-6 sequential photos to show that what was the sequence of event. First, what happened before the bomb blast. After the bomb blast, what happened? What was the recovery action? So there will be sequential photos wherein you are able to clearly understand what happened, how it happened, and what was the final situation. So like that, your dashboard also should be a narrative where by seeing the data, they are able to understand. So in class now, we'll not be able to see the entire narrative of any area because the time is very short, right? But you can take, see, for example, today we are using Tableau, right? Tableau has something called as Tableau Public. Okay, I can show you, wait. So Tableau Public is there where you can actually go and see all existing dashboards. So this is a community version of Tableau itself where where contributors create dashboards with openly available data, like data.gov.in is there. You have UN data, you have healthcare data. There are so much data which is available for free, like public data, right? So those and all these people will use and they'll be posting those dashboards in community version, right? So those and all you can see and take inspiration and deploy those into your scenario and your activity, what you're doing. Okay. So see something they have taken from. See, this is available. Okay. See, I'll take sales. We have taken sample superstore, same data set only we are going to use. So that is also a publicly available data for education purpose. So same thing for Tableau, we'll see. Surely there'll be someone who would have put any dashboard on it. So if you see, yeah. See, the dashboard is loading. So we have a dashboard which is built with the same data which we are going to use for today's analysis. So they are talking of, they have added filters for date. So this data is having 4-year data. So let's say you want to increase or decrease month, you can change which area you want to select. Filters you can apply. Then you can see first is sales, then profit ratio, average ship date is there, region-wise comparison is there. If you want to change the region, the comparison will change. Next, you have prescriptive. Descriptive statistics means what we saw as descriptive. Descriptive means from the data, whatever analysis or insights you are getting, that you call as descriptive statistics. Descriptive means we saw the word exploratory data analysis in the last class, right? Exploratory data analysis means you are having some data, you are just exploring by doing some visual, summarizing the data and connecting the data and trying to find insights. So that is called descriptive analysis or descriptive statistics or exploratory data analysis. Okay, next prescriptive means you have some events. Okay, so some state is there. In that state, you are having some breakdown category. Okay, they're segment wise, shipment wise, where you are trying to identify what is the problem. Okay, in that area. Okay, in this category, what are the sales discount? So here, what needs to be addressed. So these are the text fields I told. Small text fields you can add, I told, no? So those they have given here. Sales on an average level on this is this. Okay, you need to have this on this reason. So there are some insights which they have arrived from descriptive statistics or descriptive data analysis, which they have visualized in prescriptive dashboard. Then they have created some annotations and all. So like that, if you keep searching, so there are a lot of websites that are giving you dashboards to take inspirations from. So I think I'll show you one more thing, 3GS. So this is Java-based dashboard. Okay. This is also very good. I can show you. See, they have analyzed with a chord diagram the Uber rides of different localities in a particular state. So from financial district, the rides have gone maximum to south of Market, okay, and Marina. So very less people are going to this right-hand side areas, okay. Maximum people are going to this area. So like that, so we'll be able to identify. See, thickness is showing something, okay. Then the relationship is shown somewhere. And you are having a presentation which is interactive, where each thing you can scroll down or just by hovering your mouse pointer, you will be able to understand. So like that, you have different places where you can take inspirations from. So I have put some links in the PPT, which we'll be sharing with you later. You can go through after the class. So you have to focus on the narrative, what story you want to tell, how quickly you want to tell, and how easily you want to make them understand. Okay. Then you have to strike a correct balance between design and function. So you cannot go too much into colors and legends and what shapes you use. Okay. Both need to be like, there is a saying, 50%. All padi, ade padi. That means 50% is who you are. 50% is what you wear. Okay. Both are important. That is what is your dashboard also should look like. You should be functional as well as you have to look good. Okay. Both are very, very important. We should not too much concentrate on function and have a messy dashboard. Too much you should not go into the design and have no real insight. Okay. So you have to always remember that you need to strike a balance between design and function. So what a good presentation should look like. See, they have used a visualization of two parties data over time. It's only two area chart they have used. This is area fill chart. Okay. and there is a filter for year. It looks very simple, can understand. So here they have used a line chart. There is a linear regression line which is crossing over, and it is showing some sales trend. I think it's month over month trend or day over day. Okay, so day over day some trend is there, and whenever they have gone below the forecast line, they have shown in red. Wherever they have gone above the forecast line, they have shown in green. And there is a overall goal, or what you say, place where you want to go. Okay, forecasted total revenue, so which is there. So if you see, it's a very, very neat, clean visual where you are able to really understand where I have gone, what I have done, when I have reached. All activity is clearly visible from the visual. So these are all some good presentation techniques. So you want to just show some index, or yesterday in our previous class, we saw some name cards, profit for the period or sales for the period and all. So better way for showing that is a gauge chart, where you have a target, you want to show a particular index or particular place where you want to reach. A small gauge chart is a good visual, right? These are all some examples for good visual. So now let's see what are bad visual. So this is a chord chart, which is having very, very high number of variables, where we are not able to make out which variable is related to which. So let's try to just scroll over one, okay, chord and identify where it goes. Totally difficult, because all are very, very small. The color coding is totally been messed up. It is like overlapping, and we are not able to find out what color where it is, right? So it is something, it is an advanced chart. It is a 3D chart. The chart has been prepared correctly, but it is not making any sense. So this is an example of bad visual. Okay, this is also a 3D, three-dimensional chart, which is called as chord diagram, which also we'll see today. Okay. So here it is a simple line chart, but there are too many lines and we are not clear what each line is saying. Let's say you had one sales line, one profit line, it would have been something readable. But here you have so many lines, you don't know what to read and how to make sense of, right? So that is also not very good visual. So here we are having monthly sales represented in a pie chart. So monthly sales, how you can represent in a pie chart. So now let's see this blue, this red color 31% represents which month. So you have some legend here. So how month can constitute proposition. So whenever there is a, let's say monthly sales chart, if you had a simple bar chart, it would have made more sense because it's some categorical data. Or you want to show growth over month, you can show a line chart. So when you use a pie chart, only when you want to show some composition of verticals or categories, okay, composition data, where these are called area charts. So this chart, okay, this chart and all are called as area chart. Pie chart and all are called as area chart. Whenever you are having something that is constituting some variable or dimension, only then we'll use a pie chart. So this is a misleading chart type. You will not be able to actually understand or derive anything of a pie chart having monthly sales. Okay. So these are all some things which we should know that we should not use in our dashboards. Okay. So now we'll see a few important chart types and where and when we'll use it. Okay. So bar and column charts, horizontal bar, vertical bar, stacked bar. Okay. All are types of bar charts only. Okay. Where you'll use it whenever you are having numerical data across different categories. Okay. Whenever you are having categorical data. So always, now we are seeing about two-dimensional charts. Two-dimensional chart means x-axis, y-axis. Okay. So whenever we are talking about two-dimensional charts, we should have one parameter which is going to define the other parameter. So January is a dimension. Okay. And sales will be your value. Okay. So category variable in this visualization tools are generally called as dimensions. Okay. So whenever you have one categorical value, so always in your chart, you will have one categorical value, one numerical data, That only we'll be visualizing. But the content here is whenever there is categorical data which you are comparing, okay, then you will use line bar chart. Then you will use column or horizontal bar chart. Okay. So some examples are total sales by product type, population by country, revenue by department. Okay. All these are some examples where you can use a bar chart. Second, we are going for line chart. When you use line chart will be used when you are visualizing data over period of time. Okay. So you would have mostly seen line charts where in stock market price trends, right? So why they are using there? They want to show movement of data over period of time. So the best way to present, okay, any timeline based data will be line chart. Okay, sales over a period, price over a period, temperature over a period. Okay, annual profit growth, annual sales growth. Okay, or comparison between multiple year data. All this will be using what is called as line chart. Okay, so line charts are always for visualizing data over period of time. You cannot use this for categorical data. You have to be very clear. That is a misleading chart if you use for categorical data. For categorical data, we have to use one of the bar charts, columnar or horizontal or stacked bar, like that. Okay. So next chart type we are going to go for is area chart. Okay. So we have two types of area charts. One is pie chart and another is area charts. Okay. In area chart, you want to show composition of data, but over period of time. Composition of data over period of time, then we'll be using area chart. So here only we'll be having period of time also you can show in one axis. Then composition of that mix also you can show, right? If it was categorical data means we would have used bar. Since it is composition, we are using area. Okay. Pie and donut charts also for composition only, but it is not over period of time. It is point in time where it is generally composition means what? All this constitutes total. So when something is constituting total, you will convert it to percentage, right? So most better way for showing numbers in pie chart is by percentage, because we know on total how much percentage is this. So by value also this amount you can show. So generally we can have labels with percentage and absolute amount, or only with percentage, because if you are doing it for decision makers, percentage is more than enough. If you're doing it for some execution level people, then numbers are important. Okay. So when it is only composition, then we'll be using a pie and a pie or a donut chart. Both are actually composition charts only. Okay. So next is waterfall chart. When we'll use waterfall chart, whenever we are having data with both positive and negative values, the best chart to use will be waterfall chart. Okay. Whenever there is increase in data or decrease in data. So one scenario is P&L, always profit and loss account. Whenever we are showing, we used to use waterfall chart, right? So other than that also, there are some scenarios like sales return. Okay. Profit fall. All these areas also generally waterfall chart is used. So next chart we are going to see is funnel chart. So funnel chart is used whenever we are having a narrative where we want to show progress. Okay. So when we'll show progress, we need to have milestones. Okay. So this is little advanced chart where first we need to define what is a milestone. Okay. What is the percentage of completion? So in such scenario where you want to create a narrative for project completion, project status, there we'll be using funnel charts. Okay. So we are now moving to 3-dimensional chart. So far we were seeing only 2-dimensional, right? So whenever we are having a correlation between two series, okay. Generally, this correlation is also a function which we have to create. After that, we'll visualize, okay, by using a scatter plot. So these are also statistical chart, and all the pie chart, bar chart which we put is also statistical chart only. But this will involve more than mean, median, mode, sum, average. Okay. These are generally in advanced chart. So in bubble chart is bubble chart is 3-dimensional, scatter plot is 2-dimensional, but it is considering correlation. Okay, it is showing relationship basically. So in bubble chart, what we'll do is one in axis you are going to show let's say revenue. Okay, and here you are going to show period. Now you are going to show in that particular revenue what is the market share or what is the product share. So there are 3 dimensions to it. So not just plotting, but you are also making the bubble represent relative size factor, wherein you are going to attract the reader to see that particular product or activity. Okay, so that is a bubble chart. This is also a very useful chart, which is very easy to draw in tools like Power BI or Tableau. Okay. Next chart is called as a box plot. So this in Excel and all you would have seen as what I think it's called box and whiskers, something like that, right? So this actually means, like, for example, you are having data for this particular person. Okay. This is a statistical chart where we are showing distribution of data. We spoke about descriptive analytics, right? Descriptive analysis, where you are going to just understand what the data constitutes. So here, what it means is it's called a 5-number summary. Box plot is nothing but a 5-number summary. It's a very useful chart which we can use for even audit data. Not for even, it's like very useful data to use for audit data. So see, this lower whisker will show minimum data. Higher whisker will show maximum data. Okay. This will be mean and mode. Okay. This will be mean and mode center. Okay. This will be your range. Okay. This will be your lower range. This will be your upper range. Anything more than this will be your outlier. Anything more than this will be your outlier. So it is actually have 5-number summary. 5 statistical analysis are summarized here. Okay. So you can read about box plots also. It is a very nice and useful chart type. So next also we are going to see a composition chart, but in this composition chart, we'll be having categories and subcategories. Okay, whenever you are having hierarchical data, okay, you are having hierarchical data, or you can also create hierarchy, or it can be a hierarchy which is already there in the data. Then you will be using chart type called as sunburst or tree map. Okay, this is also a very nice advanced chart which you can use in your visual and make your chart really good. I'll just show you one example how they would have used this. So whatever I'm showing now are very famous visuals. It is may not be new. These are all like standard famous visuals which are learned and used. Okay, coffee flavor wheel. So if you see this is a sunburst chart. It is a 3D chart where you are having what do you say, hierarchical data. So first you are splitting the coffee by taste and aroma. Okay, by taste you are having hierarchy, sub hierarchy: sour, sweet, salt, bitter. By sour you are having sorry, viney. By viney you are having tart, tangy. So now if you see hierarchy 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of hierarchy are there. By aroma you are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 level of hierarchy. Okay. So now if you see, you want to analyze data only by aroma. You click on aroma, the coffee flavor wheel will rotate. So how it is rotating? These are all the interactive dashboards which you can import to tools. So these will not be available in the plain vanilla version of Power BI download or Tableau download, but you need to import these visuals and then put your hierarchical data into these visualization techniques. Okay. So now if you see, I want to go only for spicy aromas. So I click on spicy, only spicy aromas hierarchy comes. Now let's say I don't want spicy aromas. I want to go for carbony aromas. So I can go. So it's a very interesting visual if you see, and the interactive visual. where you are only having simple hierarchical data. Okay. So in this chart, since it is not having a variable, they have given equal weightage for every flavor and taste. I mean, say every taste and aroma. But if you see the chart we are having here, we may have different weightage also. So like, for example, a particular weightage is having more, then that chart component may be higher also. Okay, it is possible to include that also in sunburst chart. Okay, tree map is also like grouped data will be together and that sub hierarchies will be there. But mostly tree maps, no, we use sometimes like pie chart also. Not always we use as hierarchy chart. It is a hierarchy chart, but many times we use as an alternative for pie chart because sometimes it becomes your total dashboard is having so many pie charts, but you want to show many composition data. So then we will be using tree maps also in that case. So this is a sunburst chart and this is called as a tree map. Okay. So next is radar chart. So whenever you are having quantitative variables on two-dimensional chart, you want a central point where you want to show the movement of different variables, then you can use a radar chart. Okay. So these are some of the commonly used charts. We have taken two tier, one very basic fundamental charts and second tier. So we are learning visualization tool. We should know some advanced charts also, right? So second tier visuals are there. See, third tier, more advanced visuals are there where we are going to use predictive analytics for drawing some very complex machine learning charts. Those are all tier 3 advanced. So we are doing only tier 1 basic and intermediate. Okay. So some of the basic and intermediate charts we have covered now. So just to recap how we are going to analyze, first we need to have business understanding. Next, we need to have analytical approach, understand the data requirement. Okay. You need to collect the data. So all data required may not be available in the same place. We need to decide where that data is available, how we are going to collect that data. Let's say simple thing like you want to calculate machine hour rate. Okay, in a production line, you want to calculate in a particular machine, a particular product is being processed. Okay, so this machine is going to be one of 10 machines that are there in the production line in a factory. So I want to know only machine hour rate of this machine, machine A. Okay, what all data you may require? Okay, you will require data like the first machine overheads, how much time it takes for a particular product, for what all dimension of product, how much time it takes. So like that, you may need so many small information, which you should go and venture and identify where it is captured and how it is captured. Okay, because all data are not ready-madely available. So data like bill of material will be available. Okay, cost per unit, sale price per unit, all this will be available. Now, time taken for that, if it's not available, then you have to create the data. So you have to take total production plan, how many products have moved in 1 hour. So in 1 hour, if 100 products are done, okay, for one product, how much time? So like that, you have to calculate and create new data points, okay, in order to do that assessment. So like that, you have to identify what is required, what is available, okay. Then wherever possible, based on your understanding, you can clean the data, prepare the data, create new data fields, match the data fields, all that you will be doing based on the understanding of data. Okay, once the data is prepared, we'll be creating a data model. Okay, data model means when we are having multiple data sources, we will set relationships, how data is going to interact with each other, how we are going to analyze the data, and then we are going to deploy that into the particular tool or technique, and then we are going to get the feedback of the management, and then we are going to keep doing this activity till we are completing the project. Just a minute, some important person is messaging. Okay, so this is a recap. This is very, very important. So in data preparation and modeling, when you are in this stage only, whatever we discussed so far will be done. But before that, there are these 5 steps which you have to do. So which is very, very important for us to do. So once you do data preparation and modeling, after that, this is not fully analyst work. Okay, this can be IT engineer, IT support, or you can also do then submit to the respective stakeholder. It can be management, executive, or employee, third party, client, auditee, anyone it can be. And then based on the feedback, you will rework on the model. So this is a continuous process. Okay. So now with this, we are going to go into Tableau. Tableau is another data analytics tool, which is allowing you to create a lot of visual reports. Okay. So how data flows for Tableau? So like Power BI, what we have Power Query. Okay. And we had Power BI desktop, right? So here what you are going to have, so just for comparison, I'm telling, it's not directly related here. Here we are having data source and you have Tableau data extract. Okay. So from source, you're going to connect to Tableau. In this data extract, it is going to create like a data warehouse for you, where we are going to build dashboards and share across different users and have some insights from the data. Okay. So now what we are going to do, I'm going to go into Tableau. So how you will get Tableau? You can just Google Tableau desktop download. So Tableau has 2 important versions. There are a lot of new versions of Tableau. For the current foundation level, we are going to understand only 2 versions. One is called Tableau desktop and Tableau public. You can download Tableau public actually. Tableau public you can download. So Tableau public is a open source version of Tableau. So what is a constraint here in this version is you cannot save to your desktop. Whatever save will go to Tableau public. I showed you this thing, right? Cloud version, where people having the respective file name or access link will be able to view the data. Okay. In Tableau desktop means it will save into your desktop itself. But Tableau desktop is a paid version. It's a premium version, which is costed. So they are having 14-day trial period. So you can log into the website, get the trial version, so that your draft files and all you are saving in your desktop and only you are keeping. Okay. Or you can go for public version and not save the data also. Every time you can redo the file, no problem. Okay. So Tableau desktop. So redoing is learning, right? The more times you revise, the better your understanding is. So that shouldn't be a problem for us to learn. So first you need to create an account. Okay. You sign in and then you download free trial. Okay. So once you download, you have to install that file. Installation is very simple. In Windows, installation is very, very simple. Generally, it's just like accept, install, agree to terms and conditions. Okay. So once you install, you will be having like this one app, Tableau public. So I have installed the Tableau public version. You can install either public or desktop. It doesn't matter. Okay. Because features are same. So again, there is no feature change. The only thing is the saving only will change. The functionalities won't change. Other functionalities won't change. So this will be your Tableau open screen. So once you come here, same like Power BI, we have data connectors. So if you want to connect to a file, okay, if you have location data, PDF data, access data, so you can connect to file here. So to a server, so like you want to connect to the database, okay. So currently in here only 3 data connectors are installed. So if you are in the trial version, 14-day trial version, you'll be able to see the entire connectors which are available. So it will be like hundreds of connectors are available. So for the class, we are going to use an Excel file. So in your login, okay, already Institute have added a data file, which is the sample superstore data. You can download that data. So the data which we are using for today is the same data, but I have just split the dimension because last time when we did for Power BI, we did not see connecting to data, right? We were having only one table. So in that table, we built the dashboard. So now in order to learn how to connect to two tables, I have split the data. So we have sales data where ordered ID, order date, customer ID, segment, postal code, product ID, product name and sales are there, sales profit information. Next, we have category table where we have category and subcategory. Okay, where we have category and subcategory. After that, we have place table where based on the postal code, we have country, city, state, region and all. So now if you see here in the postal code, okay, here in the postal code, we have only postal code in sales table, but the information relating to which state, which country, which state, region, all that is coming in place table. Okay, then we have segment table, customer table, and mode of shipping. So all this we can connect. So there are different schemas in which you can connect. Okay, waterfall schema, star schema, how data have to interact, all that are there. So for enabling you to practice that, we have given all this separately so that we can learn to connect data. But for session now, we are going to connect two tables. One is going to be sales table and second is going to be place table. Okay. I hope all of you have access to this data. We are going to use this data set for our session today. So I'm going to connect to Microsoft Excel sample superstore data, which is having new dimensions this time. Okay. So once I connect to my data, I get a screen like this. So I'm having left-hand side, okay, all the sheets. Basically, sheets are going to be my tables. So I have category table, customer table, place, segment. These were the tables I saw in the Excel also. So to load the table into my Power BI, into my Tableau. So what I need to do is I need to just drag it. So I will drag sales table and I'll be dragging. So wait, did it load? Yeah. So see, once I load my sales table, okay, I'll just show you. So it is having summary here. Okay, a summary of the headers are here. What is the table? Physical table from here. These are the header name. And what is the remote field name? So now if you see here, this is my name row ID basically. It is number, order ID. It is already taken. And since alphanumerical, it is taken as string or alphabet. Then I have order date already taken as date. So I have no specific transformation to be done. Most of my data is already read. So since it is number, but the name of the field is postal code, automatically, if you see, Tableau has identified my data as number whole, but with a geographical role called as zip code. Okay, what it has done, it has connected to a geographical role. So what it will enable is, this will enable us to use maps for a visualization. It is a very important thing that you should know. If you want to use maps in our visual, we should be having the data type classified as spatial data, which is having longitude and latitude, or it should have a geographical mapping to a city, state, country, zip code, area code, airport code, something. Only if it is categorized in either of this, you will be able to use any distance-based calculation or location-based calculations. Okay. So I think most of my data is read properly. Okay. So it is based on sampling of 100 rows. It has given us these attributes and these attributes are good to go. So now I'm going to import second table. Okay. I'm going to import second table. The second table is going to be place. So place, I'm going to drag and drop. Okay. So now if you see by default, it has created relationship. Okay. So what relationship from sales table, common activity or common field is postal code, and place, what is a common activity? It is again postal code. So operator that is used is equal to, that is if this is equal to this, then those data alone we have to relate. If it is not equal to, like for let's say postal code is having more number of postal codes than in sales table, then those things will not come in your report data. Okay, so it is having a postal code called 10000, which is not here in sales table. Then when you are using this relationship to analyze data, those data points won't come. So now what is this relationship? I need to explain you that also, right? So relationship is a substitute for VLOOKUP, what we are doing. So in Excel, we use VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, right? We use referential formulas where you are using if formula, okay, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, okay. These are all formulas, match formula, index formula. These formulas and all are called as referential formulas. See, if separately is not a referential formula, it's a conditional formula. But if when used inside, if inside VLOOKUP, then there is a version of referential formula. So referential formulas, no, we will not be using in DBMS. DBMS means database management system. Wherever we are having table structure, we spoke about columnar database in the previous class. What is columnar database? We are having different data fields. Okay, field means header. Okay, based on header, the attribute of the entire column is taken. See, based on 100 rows of data read, the attribute of the header column is taken, and data integrity will be based on the header only. You cannot do anything for an individual cell, right? So in this type of data, when we analyze, it is not possible for us to have any particular cell reference and then do referential formulas like VLOOKUP or index match, etc. So now we'll be using concept of relationships. So in relationship, I can define how you want to connect the table. So I'm just defining how this data should read this. Okay, so I'm telling if it matches, you take. So I can say, let's say you are not doing a MIS, you're doing audit. Then I'll say whatever is not matched, then that alone you take and give. Not equal to. Okay, when something is greater than alone you take. Like that, I can define how this data should be mapped. Okay, so based on the mapping, what will happen? Your source data is not going to change at all. Okay, based on the parameter you fix here, okay, equal to, greater than, less than, and all, there is not going to be any change to the data set or data table. What will change is whenever you are using any formula or any report from this table to this table, based on this parameter only, the data will be extracted. If you are given not equal to, only data not there, it will pick. Okay, you are able to follow, right? So based on this instruction, the interaction will happen, but there is no actual change to the data source. So now it's going to be equal to, so I have connected two data. So now if you see, all the data I'm having belongs to country US, right? And city is also for United States only. So we have to change to US local, because by default, what happens is the country regional settings will be based on the installation of your system, right? So what I'll do, I will take, it's a number geographical role. It is tagging to zip code, but I'm going to remove this and change to area code US. Okay, by doing this, I'm telling this is not just area code. Okay, it is area code of United States. So this way, I'm just trying to change the locale of the data set. Okay, so now if you see how the interface works, so long we were seeing top of Tableau where we had get data and say connect data. Excel was in the left hand side, we connected, we dragged, dropped. Okay, and we saw some screens. So most of your screens, it may be like this. I just made it big for us to see the data. Okay, so this is the screen. So come down, you can see sheet 1. Okay, so now we are currently in data source where we are having data connectors, importing data, etc. and all we did not. This is called data source. We are at data source page. So this is equivalent to Power Query in Power BI desktop. Okay, So now we are going to sheet 1. So in sheet 1, what we are going to do is, this is the place where you can draw canvas. Okay, this is your canvas for drawing one chart. So you can, I'll just give you the workflow. After that, we will start so that we will understand clearly how we are doing it. Okay, so now if you see sheet 1 is there, no, I can add multiple sheets. So in each sheet, I'll be drawing one chart. Like I have row, what I should put, column, what I should put. So let's say first I'm going to do year-wise sales. Okay, I have sales. I'll put sales in row, and I'm going to put in column, where is date? I'll put date. Okay, so now this is one chart I have drawn. I can make it bigger. Okay, I'll make it bigger. So now this is one chart. This is interface for one chart. So see, data over period of time. So it has automatically taken line chart. So this is the best suited chart for analyzing data over period of time. So sheet 2, I can draw one more chart. Sheet 3, I can draw one more chart. Like that, I can keep giving details to my chart and drawing more charts. After that, I have, see, this is having some chart and plus sign. This is for adding sheets. After that, I have some square and a plus sign. Okay, 4 squares and a plus sign. This is for creating a dashboard. So whatever sheets, charts you have drawn, you will be dragging and dropping here to create multiple. Okay, you will be creating multiple charts in one page, and this canvas you call it as a dashboard. Okay, so here also for that you can define phone layout, system layout, and all that. And basically here what you are going to do, vertical container, horizontal container. This is the dashboard where first you draw chart, then you put the dashboard. After that you have a storyboard. So what you will do in the storyboard, you will add one or more dashboards into the storyboard, and you will be creating a narrative. Okay, the workflow is first connect to data source. It's sequential. First connect to data source, then create chart. After that, create dashboard. After that, you create storyboard. Okay, so this is going to be the workflow. And for this, again, like any other tool, you can access functions from right click, you can access functions from top, you can access functions from left hand side here, filters. Okay, all are going to help you navigate. Okay, it's going to be a very simple interface. It's only for navigation. So mostly we'll be using, see, worksheet means this sheet where your drawing chart is called worksheet. Okay, and dashboard means the dashboard said related keys will be there. Story means it's storyboard related keys will be there. Okay, so now in analysis we'll have some functions. So I'm going to just show labels. So this line I can design of the line. No, if I want to change color, I can do here. So growth, I'm seeing green color. Then let's say for the path, I want to make it dotted line, I can make it. Okay, in a label, I want to change anything, I can change any tooltip. Tooltip means basically when you hover what you want to show. Let's say I'm having year and sales, right? So you can add something to the tooltip alone. Like for example, profit, I want to add on tooltip. So now when you hover, you can see profit also, sales also, year also. Though the visual is for only 2 variables, when you hover your pointer on the line, you will be able to see tooltip. Okay. So these are all some simple functions of Tableau, how to draw a chart. So now instead of having profit only at the time of hovering, I want to have it as a comparative. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add one more line for profit. Oh, it's already profit, is it? Okay. So now on top, I'm having sales growth, and next I'm having profit growth. Okay. You can drag and drop items into this or into columns and rows, and for change, okay, like that you can keep changing. So this is secondary axis. Okay. Third chart is secondary axis where I'm having left hand side profit, right hand side sales. This is on different scale, that is on different scale. It is scaled to draw both in one line. So this is the third line chart we can use. So one line is showing sales and other line is showing profit. Okay, I can show analysis, show labels. Okay. So this is, I feel, better way to present, right? Or we can present as two charts also, where comparatively, parallelly, we are showing sales and profit. So I think this is better to show. So we can show profit in different color. Okay, sales. Let's say we are going to show sales in red and profit in green. So there are more palette items, so it's not limited to the colors here. Okay. So like this, I can draw chart. Now let's say next chart I'm going to draw. We can go for segment. Okay. It's a category variable, so I'm putting in column. Column means basically the axis. Okay, it will be x-axis. Y-axis will be your numeral, right? There you will put row. So there I'm again going to put segment-wise sales. Okay, so now I want segment-wise sales, and segment-wise I want to know profit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw sales and profit here. And I'm going to change chart type to comparative bar chart. So now I know in this much is my profit. Okay. So you can write a measure to do it in stacked bar also. But today we are going to do with minimum complex issues. Okay. So if you see now, automatically here, since I made profit as green and sales as orange, okay, same color theme is being carried over. So these are all the AI or business intelligent functions which are inbuilt into the tool, right? Which is going to help you to do better reporting. Okay. So third, let's see what chart we can draw. We can try one area chart. I'm to say map chart. Okay. Let's see. State-wise, I want to compare. Okay. Profit. Okay. I don't want a bar chart. I'm going to go for a map. Okay. So the map is not loading. It is showing, if you see below, 49 unknown. Why? Because this is a US data, but we are having Indian local settings. So you just go to edit location, and from India, you change it to United States. Okay. So now your chart has loaded and you are having, okay. See, so this is a filled map. So filled map means it will show, this is based on color theme. So you can change the color theme. So how it is showing is more profit, darker blue, less profit, the hue is reduced, and losses are in orange. So the scale is orange to blue. So we can change the color tone also. Profit and loss we are going to show. So profit can be, we are using green, right? So we can use green itself for profit. And for loss, we can use yellow. So same theme we can come across, because there we are using for sales orange. So here orange is misleading, right? So now we have most profit is made in Texas, Illinois, West Ohio, Pennsylvania. Loss
Just
is
the
there.
opposite part. Just the opposite. Okay. So you
Okay.
made it as opposite.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Green. Okay. So like that, we are having some simple interface. So now we have put correctly. So California, New York and all are making maximum profit, and negative is there in the yellower shade states. Okay. So this is a map. So now 3 charts we have drawn. So over a period of time, we have taken one category, we have taken one location, we have taken. Now let's try one dashboard. So how we'll do a dashboard, I'll just show you again. You click on dashboard, that is basically this icon. Okay, 4 squares plus. So once you click on that, you will have one canvas where all the sheets you have opened so far will be there. So you put drag and drop the sheets you want. You can rename the sheet. You can give sales, profit. So you can rename chart, give title. Okay. You can align it and below you want to show. So now you don't want measure names. It's already color coded. And I'm deleting that so that I can place one more chart here. Okay. 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 So it has resized. So this is one dashboard, what you are doing. Okay. So like that, you can keep building charts. You can keep building sheets. Okay. And in the sheets, you can keep making analysis. So we did what more general we did segment profit sales, right? We can do something based on subcategory. So in subcategory, we can analyze quantity. So we can analyze quantity and we can analyze profit. Okay. Here, for what relative quantity we are having, what is the relative sale. So what we can do, we can analyze here itself, or for removing something, you can just drag it out or you can click remove. So we can try it. So if you see this bubble chart, now we are knowing for each subcategory, which is giving me maximum profit. So copiers, by view of it, you know, now copiers are giving me maximum profit, accessories next, phones and paper. These are my major segment. Art, labels, appliances are my tier 2 segments. Okay, labels, fasteners, envelopes, these are all my tier 3 segments. So just by using this bubble chart, we are able to actually immediately derive insights. Okay, so all this actually we can change. Okay, see, if you want, you can change the shapes, you can change text. So if you want a square, you can put square. So tree map will come. So like that, you can have different, you can have different tool tips designed, different color tones designed, etc. Okay, so like that we can build more, so that we'll have one more dashboard, so that we can have a storyboard also. So we'll take shipment mode and
So if possible, please tell them to drill down also, pa. So if from year to month, is it possible? Something like
yes,
that.
we
Okay,
can
yes.
drill down. So
Yes.
we'll come here and we will see drill down. So hierarchy, we were speaking about date hierarchy in Power BI, right? Similarly, hierarchies are built in Tableau also. So now let's say I want to see, okay, let me build one chart for that. Okay. What we'll do, instead of shipment mode, we'll again take date, order date. Okay. So now if you see, we are having what over 4-year period. I'm just trying to make it bigger so that we can, it's okay. Anyways, so if you click on 2016, now we are getting only 2016. Let's go for profit also. Okay. So if you see, once I click this, it is filtered to keep only 2016. So I'll remove the filter for the time being. Okay. So now we'll see we have 4-year date. Okay, 14 to 17. So now let's see. So this plus sign is the hierarchy. Okay, so when you click on that plus sign, it will drill down and go to next level. So now you want to see only 2017 quarter 1. Okay, so you click on that, it will go to this is drill down 1 level, so it has gone to all the quarters. Now if you want to go to only quarter 1, double click on quarter 1. Okay, so this will go to only quarter 1. Okay, so like that we can, so quarter 1 is not having data for all the months, I think. We'll go down and see. So January, February, March of quarter 1 of 2017. So you can keep drilling down and you can see the exact moment of your data in the respective hierarchy. So this, when I do in the respective sheet, it will not get updated here. But if I do here, no, this chart we have not used there, if I'm not wrong. This is a new chart, right? So this chart, when I use here, will get updated in my dashboard also. Now let's say we'll create one more dashboard, and this is going to be our sheet 5, right? So sheet 5, I'll put here, or we'll try in any other thing also. Now let's say I'm going to okay, filter for (2014) year. Okay, this is quarter-wise data for all 4 years. So what happens? My data sheet also gets updated for the chart. So there is synchronization or linking of your source data is one thing. Linking of your view of the chart is also there. So it will link your charts wherein in your dashboard, storyboard, wherever you are using, the drill down feature will be working. So minus is for coming out and plus is for going in. Okay, so drill down feature will work like that. So yeah, we'll just complete one more dashboard. So we have built this chart. So see, if you further drill down, you will have day-wise trend also. So I'll just put one more chart for the dashboard. So we can create calculated columns also, which is also very simple. So here maybe for the next chart, we'll use one small formula to identify profit percentage. Okay. So what we can do, we can go to analysis and we can do create calculated field. So you call it profit percentage, because always in percentage will be your better representation of your profit than actual quantity, right? Okay, and I'm going to call profit column. Okay, what is the ratio of sales? And I'm just going to give apply. So what happens immediately in my number column, there's one more new item included. Okay, new column included, profit percentage. So I'm just going to put profit percentage and I'm going to do it for subcategory. For each category of item, what is the profit percentage? So now if you see binders, we are having loss, maximum loss. Though we saw maximum sales is also in binders, maximum loss is also in binders. So papers, I'm having maximum revenue. So now I have one more chart. I'm going to make this into my dashboard too. So, okay. Okay. So this is my dashboard. So now in my storyboard, what I can do is I can actually drag in a sheet or a dashboard, but sheets, when you want to combine, that's what dashboard is for. So when you want to combine dashboards, you need a storyboard. So it is best practice, you use storyboards only for dashboard compilation. So you drag a dashboard. Okay, you can add a caption or a text, what you want to explain in this. You are going to show sales and profit trend for US, for United States. Okay, this is going to be my first story. Good. Next, I'll create new story point. So this is going to be next story narrative. So here I'm going to do what I have over the period growth, right? Growth for subcategory. So I'm going to give subcategory. And I'm going to add my second dashboard. Okay. So it went to story 2, sorry. Here only we wanted to do. We'll delete that. So we created here, right? Here. Dashboard. So now, like equivalent to bookmark what we did in Power BI to see multiple screens across, we can use here the storyboard where we can see our multiple dashboards. So let's say you are having 5-6 slides like this. It will come like a slideshow where you are showing different reports. So here, if you want to create interactive dashboard, like for example, you want to do your state-wise is going to be a filter for growth. What you have to do is you have to press on the chart and you have to create filter context. One. Oh, this is in story. We'll go to dashboard. Okay. In dashboard, we have to create filter context. So here, once you click on the chart, you will have something called as use as filter. So now I click on use as filter. So this is going to be the context in which my data is going to move. So New York. So now in New York, this is my segment wise sales and profit. This is my overall sales growth and my profit growth. Now let's say I want to go to South Dakota. So here my profit and sales, here very small. It's like almost overlapping line across the years. Okay. So here also we are having very small profit. And one more thing, we have gone only 2016, there is data. Okay. So we'll come to some other state. Okay. So this is Ohio. Here, if you see, there is data across, but only in Q4. So like that, you can have interactive dashboard defined based on the filter context. So you can use any chart as a filter context, or you can have multiple charts also as filter context. Now in this, I want to make my category as a filter context for all the order and profit analysis. So I'm going to have filter context here and use as filter. And let's say I want to see art, what is the profitability? So now I'll have the sales across different quarters of different year where I have sold that. Okay. So it is possible that all data may not be there for all years. Okay. Certain products you would have had for a short season, short period. So there could be different scenarios how you are going to plan your product sales, right? So always we may not have data for all the period, but yes, whatever is available, you will be able to see in the chart. So this is our fundamentals of how you can use dashboard in Tableau. We have seen very simple aspects of loading data. We used simple connection, created a small data model, and then we created charts. We saw chart elements. Okay, then we saw dashboard filters, and then we went into storyboard. So now you can customize lot of things here. Like for example, I showed you this thing is automatic, right? You can change the density. You can make it into a different type of chart. You can change color. You can change size. You can change labels. Okay. You can define different chart details. Now, like for example, this chart we are having filled map, right? We can create a chart, bubble chart also. I'll show you. We will put, let's say, instead of state, we can go for city. Okay, and we'll take profit. City wise, we want profit, and I'll take a bubble chart. Okay. So now I can put this into detail. Okay. So now by default shape is automatic, which is circle. I can change shape. So I have put into shape. So now instead of this round, I can change shape into square. I can change shape into diamond like that. So apart from that, you can import shape. Now let's say you have your brand logo. Okay. Some logo you have. So you can download that icon. Okay. And here you can go for, see, I'll show you how Tableau repositories get saved. So in your My Documents, okay, mostly it will be here only, My Tableau repository. Okay, this is a installation file of Tableau where you can store your bookmarks, connectors, extensions, etc. So here you have a folder for shape. So if you're going to paste some icons here, okay, so there is a very simple website from where you can take, it's affiliate that icons. Okay, icons. So you can decide your logo or your specific icons which you want to show. You can place there and this will load into Power BI. Like that, you can do custom visuals, custom maps, different things you can plan. Now let's take. So let's assume this is your logo. This is license, you said. But we don't want any animated. We'll go for normal icon. Okay. So the essence is we can do different aspects of changing it. Okay. So once you place your icons here, okay, and then here in shapes, more shapes is there, no? Here you just reload shapes. So there are different shapes you can take from here itself. So if you are in Tableau desktop version, the trial period, you will have lot more inbuilt shapes itself. So all that you can change. So particular thing you want to change, you can do that. Okay. So like that, there can be a lot of customization, lot of calculated columns that we can do. So I can keep going. I think we have Ratnagiri sir who has joined us. So I welcome him to the session. He is also a resource person, a very valuable resource person who has joined us. So he's a faculty for, I think, nearly 2 decades. And most of you would have attended his ITT, advanced ITT classes. So I invite Ratnagiri sir also into the session to share his insights on what we can do better in Tableau. Sir,
So, yes, thank you, Deepika, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And thank you for our institute also for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So, dear students, I am so happy that these many people have joined together for creating or for using this, that is a Tableau or Power BI for creating dashboards. And I thank our institute for creating such a kind of, first of all, this competition. Okay. So once a competition comes, then only people are getting ready for action. Okay. So that's really very interesting. So in my opinion, every CA student must be already knowing about this. Okay. So that is why I think our institute is pushing you. That's really very nice. And I want to add, I think Deepika has added up all the points. Okay. So I need not add anything, but I want to say some of the very important points. When you are creating any dashboard, there are so many colors and there are so many charts available. Okay. So Deepika, can you go to internet and then type this? Okay. So please type color theory. So how many of you know about color theory? So color theory was invented by Newton. Okay. So Sir Isaac Newton, and he was saying which are all cool colors, warm colors, and what is the concept behind the colors. Okay, don't use any color just like that. Okay, so in any chart, never use a color just like that. Okay, because you are going for a competition, so you should be knowing some colors are having some sentiments. So that sentiments, if you are knowing, that will be better. Okay, that's why Pepsi is red color, why Lay's is yellow color. Okay, something like that you should be understanding. So that is why color theory, color wheel, complementary colors, and then nearby colors, and then far away colors, and then opposite colors. Like that, there are so many color theories are available. So my humble request is, before going through dashboard and all, go through this also. Okay, number one. And then number two, what kind of chart should be used for what kind of purpose. Okay, so don't just like that use any chart for any purpose. Again, Deepika, please search like this. Okay, so misleading graphs.
Sorry, can you come again, sir?
Misleading graphs.
Misleading.
Yes, misleading graphs. So if you type misleading graphs, friends, you can understand, go to Wikipedia, and you can understand that how not to create the chart. First of all, okay, learn how not to create a chart. Then you can know how to create a chart. Okay, so that's why how you should not create a chart and all is been given wonderful article. So these two things you try to learn this ones. Okay, that's a very humble request from my side. And let me tell you, some of the charts are very useful. And Tableau Public is really I think Power BI is one kind of list of various charts we can create. And Tableau Public is again another set of so many charts available. So among these charts, let me tell you, don't take any complicated chart. Okay, so because for complicated charts, report consumers may not know how to see that chart. Okay, so that's why, suppose you are using bubble chart, how to see that bubble, people may not be knowing. Okay, so that is why first of all, try to make use of the basic charts. Okay, so what are the basic charts? Let me try to list out some of the charts. Divya, can I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Is
You
it
can
possible?
share. Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me try to share my screen here. So 1 minute. So this is a very simple
host, co-host.
Yes, ma'am. Can I share my screen?
Mansukh.
You are
Make
having
sir a
sharing,
co-host.
right, sir?
Okay. Okay. So let me try to share my screen. Is it possible? Yes, let me try to share my screen. So hope you are seeing my screen, friends. Divya, you also please confirm. Okay, are you seeing my screen?
Visible,
Yes,
sir.
we are seeing
Okay,
your
so basic charts, let me tell you. Okay, basic charts are 4. Okay, actually 5. So bar chart, column chart, pie chart, line chart, and then scatter XY chart. Okay, anyone can understand. So anybody can understand these 5 charts. Okay, bar chart should be used mainly for top or bottom. So human psychology is like this. Top 10 products, I will be seeing top 1 as top. So that is why bar charts are used for, you can see that, for example, I can show you, I think, let me go to YouTube, because I ask you to see this kind of videos. So this is possible in Tableau also. Okay, so I hope it is possible. In Power BI, I have seen that it is possible. So if you are just typing bar racing, so bar racing websites, okay, suppose like this, bar racing games. So if you are searching like this, you can easily understand top 10. Okay, please see this. So top 10 websites, most popular websites. So here you can see this is running like an animation. Okay, so you can make use of such kind of animations using Tableau also. You can search it about it. Okay, bar racing using Tableau. So this will be mainly used for what purpose? Bar chart should be used for top 10. So that's why I'm saying one particular chart will be used for one particular purpose. Don't use, there are so many charts, there are so much of data. Let me put all the charts. Okay, don't ever do like that. When your dashboard is having more white space, then it will be so much likable. So that's the point. Simple is always effective. So for example, if I am searching, suppose I am searching profitability dashboard. So you can see so many examples of profitability dashboards like this, okay, where you can see most of them are white space. Okay. If you are adding more number of charts, clutter will be there. Okay, people will not. It will not. What I can say, what you want to reveal may not be seen by the people. Okay, if you are putting more data, right? So number of charts should be limited. At the same time, you have to give a theme. Okay, there should be a theme: profitability or cash flow or sales or discount or something like that. Okay, so some kind of theme should be there. From the highest, maybe from a biggest theme, then you can go to the detail. Okay, that also can be done. Or you can start from a detail and build a story. So that is also possible. Try to understand why they are given the name story. Storyboard, dashboard, and then sheet. Okay. So why they are given like this? So I want to tell a story. Your data should tell a story. If the data should tell a story, first you must know what is the story. So what is the story you want to tell to the users? That is a very important point, friends. Okay. How you are getting the idea about the data that you can now give to the people. So we were seeing about various kinds of charts. Bar chart can be used for top or bottom, and column chart can be used for category analysis. Okay. So as Deepika was showing, we can see that segment-wise analysis profit that she was using column chart. Okay, try to understand. Pie chart can be used for vertical analysis. Okay. So what is the concept of vertical? Vertical is material to labor, how much it is. Labor to profit, how much it is. Okay. So I want to find out the volume, how much bigger. Okay. That's what it is, pie chart. And then line chart. Okay. So line chart is mainly used for timeline. So trend analysis. So let me give a very simple rule, friends. Where there is no timeline, there is no trend line. So that's why this is a very important rule you must know. So don't just like that put a timeline. You can see Deepika was showing 2014, 15, 16, 17 for line chart. Okay. So properly utilizing the chart for that purpose will make it wonderful. Okay. So scatter XY chart, how to make use of it? That is nothing but ratio analysis. So for example, I want to compare sales with profit. So on monthly basis, okay, Deepika, are you here? Can you show me your Tableau screen, ma? I have stopped sharing. Are you here? Okay, so otherwise I'll show my screen. Okay, so I'll put it in my Excel itself. Okay, let me show you. I think she was gone. So now you can see my website, my screen. I think so. Let me open the same sample store, superstore data from the my Excel. Okay, in my Excel, whether it is Tableau or Excel, I am talking about the chart. Okay. So here I want to talk about the scatter XY chart. For that, what I want to use is I want to find out for this particular sales what is the profit. Okay. So let me open the sales and profit column. So this is the fourth column, right? So sales, profit, discount is available. Okay, so now you can see sales and profit. So let me select the sales column. Let me select the profit column. Just to put a scatter XY chart. Okay, insert a scatter XY. Now you can see how the sales and profit are related. Okay, but here you are using, I think sales and profit have I used. Okay, let me try to see sales and profit. Okay, insert a scatter XY chart. Okay, now we are seeing how much of sales and how much of profit it is. Okay, so I can see some kind of sales and profit relationship. Okay, can you find out? This side is sales and this side is profit. If I say switch rows and columns, I may be in a different way. Okay, different view we can see. So, okay, so let me try to select. This is 10,000 records. Yes. So 10,000 dots are available in this. Can you see that? Sales and profit. If I want to find out what is the correlation, I can see what is the correlation between sales and profit. That's what here we are seeing using this scatter XY chart. Okay. So now you can see 0.47 is the positive correlation. That's what you are seeing here. Sales and profit you are selecting and insert a scatter XY chart. Okay. So this is what I wanted to know. I wanted to show, okay, this is the sales and this one is the profit. Okay, now you can see there is a positive correlation here and there's some part of negative also available. Some outliers are available. All these things are, we can easily find out by data visualization. I think Deepika might have covered this particular point before. So apart from that, there are so many kinds of charts available. These are all basic charts. And I can say some of the extended charts also. Okay. So extended charts are area chart, very important. Okay, area, surface, and then bubble, donut chart, okay, and radar chart. Maybe this particular chart is also so important. Okay, area, surface, bubble, donut, radar, stock chart. So these are all some extended charts. And tree map, you might have seen it. Okay, I think Deepika was showing. So tree map chart is a hierarchical chart. And sunburst, another kind of chart when the hierarchies are more, okay. Sunburst, more hierarchies. And area chart can be used for break-even point, volume analysis, okay. Every chart I am giving the purpose of it, okay. Surface chart is the real 3D chart. When you are having X, Y, Z, then we can make use of surface. Bubble chart can be used to show the volume, okay. Again, it is a volume analysis. And donut chart is actually horizontal plus vertical analysis. We can make use of it. Okay, two variables if you want to compare sales and profit with the pie, we can make it, right? So radar chart is a sensitivity analysis or seasonality. So sensitivity, seasonality, there we can see that. Okay. So for example, I can say how to show the seasonality. Let me show you. So Jan, Feb. Suppose I am having the sales like this, okay? January, February up to December. So after December, what are we having? Another January, okay? So likewise, there is a cycle. If I want to show a cycle chart will be better, right? So let me try to enter some random data here. So random between some 1,000 to 2,000 I'm entering. So this is the sales data. So for this sales, I want to create a chart. So I want to show after December, January comes. How will you make it in a chart? That is where we are using the radar. Select this chart and then insert a radar. Radar will be available here in my case. So here you can use a radar. I can see that which months are higher and which months are lower. So after December, I'm having a cycle, okay, January, February. Like this you are having. So if you are having 365 points, you will be having 360 points will be there, okay, daily how my sales is increasing and decreasing sensitivity, okay. So that is why I am saying sensitivity and seasonality can be done by using this radar chart. And hierarchical tree map and sunburst I have told you. And process flow chart. Process flow. Process flow charts are our funnel chart, okay. Funnel chart can be used, okay. For example, let us say how many people have entered in your website, okay. These many people have entered. 1 lakh people have entered and 80,000 have been logged in. So 80,000 people logged in, okay. And then some people have added something to cart. So added to cart is about 50,000 people. And out of 50,000, how many have been turned out? Okay, so how many orders have been turned out? So let us say only 20,000 orders are turning out. And how much is paid? Okay, so let us try to see that only 5,000 were paid. So this particular process flow I want to identify. Then very simple, right? I can select this and insert a funnel. So funnel chart shows you like where I am losing the people. Whether, see, when logged in, many people are logging in, but people are not adding to cart. So that means my website may not be that much, that button may be very small, or it is not very attractive, something like that. We can easily identify. So that is where we are using the process flow, and we can see inverted funnel also. Okay, process flow is for funnel. And then waterfall model, movement analysis. Okay, waterfall model chart can be used for movement analysis. So movement analysis. And again, another one movement analysis, ribbon chart. Okay, ribbon chart is also so much useful. So ribbon chart is available easily by default in Power BI. Whether it is available in Tableau, we have to see. So waterfall, ribbon, and there is another one chart called card chart, where this is also movement analysis. from where my funds are moving. So profitability, cash flow chart, we can make use of it. Okay. So I'm collecting money from customers, where it is moving, how much it has been paid to GST, how much it has been paid to some material cost, labor cost. Okay. Something like that we can find really very interesting chart, friends. So these many charts are available. More than 30 plus kinds of charts are available for us, for chartered accountants like us, to depict what? To depict the data in a visual form, okay? In a visual form. So that will help the people to take the decision and find the insights, okay? Yes. So I think I have listed out very important charts, and then geographical chart, map chart, field chart, 3D map chart. So like that, we have so many kinds of charts. I think I have listed out many charts, and apart from that, we should be giving the numbers also. Don't just like that put the charts. Okay? So you have to add the proper labels. Okay? Various chart elements, let me tell you. So various chart elements we must be properly utilizing. Example, every chart must have a chart title. And then you should use the axis title also. And then properly use the legends. So without using the legends, people can't understand. And data labels also very important. And if the labels, don't put all the numbers, that is also not required. So for the highest number, you can put a label, or for lowest number, you can put a label. Some colors, you can put a label. So color theory, I already told you. So colors, very important. And I want to say axis grids. Okay, grid lines are also very important sometimes, okay? Because grid lines will tell you how much it is been more or how much is less. Okay, that's why. So grid lines can be of 3 or 4 types. So horizontal grid line, and then vertical grid line, and then minor grid lines, major grid lines. Okay, these many grid lines are possible. So here in Excel, if you are using, we have a concept called data table available, and then error bar available. So error bars are available in Tableau also. So these error bars and all, they will tell you how much is the outliers and all. Okay. So, and another important chart I was missing to tell was box and whisker, okay, which is very much useful to identify the exploratory descriptive data analytics. Okay. So box and whisker will tell you about the outliers of data. So all these charts are interactive, and properly if you are slicing the data, that will be useful. And I want to conclude with, since I am having only 2 minutes, so I want to conclude with the 4 important points. Okay. So let us see, there are 4 important areas: facts, dimensions, and hierarchies, and measures. Okay. So 4 important words you might have heard in either in Power BI or in Excel or in Tableau. So what are these meaning of this? Okay. So let me try to complete with a simple sentence, one full sentence. So dimensions in different levels of hierarchies are measured by facts. Okay. So we can see that dimensions, what are the dimensions? What are the dimensions? Minimum 5 dimensions will be available in any organization. Okay. So identify the dimensions first. And these dimensions will be measured by facts. For example, I can say customer may be a dimension, product will be a dimension, place will be a dimension, time will be a dimension, and also employee may be a dimension. Okay. So this employee have sold this product to this customer from this place at this time. So these are all the dimensions, and the sales may be the measure, okay, total sales. So these dimensions are measured by facts. That is the concept of multi-dimensional analysis. That is where we are talking about the dashboarding. Okay. So I think Vidhu madam, I have covered my area. So I'm handing over the session to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such a wonderful session. Thank you, Deepika. And there are so many students that have been connected online, and the queries for the students are related with the whether they are able to view this channel or recorded. Yes, students, the recording would be available on the DLH platform and I say YouTube channel. You will be able to view this session, recorded one, on from Monday onwards. Monday afternoon onwards on the DLH as well as the ICI YouTube channel. Both the series will be downloaded on Monday itself. And yes, it will be available. That will help you for enhancing your skill sets. This is not a certification course. It is a series of the practical training module which will be conducted by the ICI on every alternate Fridays at 5 to 6:30 p.m. So this is one of the series. This is not a certification course. If you want to do the certification, you have to contact the other courses available on the Delish platform of the ICI. Now, I would like to express my gratitude to all the eminent speakers on the behalf of Student Skill Enrichment Board, CA Deepika and CA Ratnagiri Sarji, for presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I would like to thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words, enhancing our knowledge via wonderful session and the informative knowledge which you have shared among the students. I must thank SSCB team as well as the support team for working hard to make this series of webinar successful day by day. I congratulate all the participants for their active participation. Thank you everyone once again for making this great success. Thank you. Thank you everyone. The recording will be available from Monday onwards. Please check it on ICI YouTube channel as well as on DLS platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mansukh, please go offline.